Hello everyone, Scott Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Oahu. I'm out at Waimea Bay. It's April 18th, 7:53 in the morning. Thought we'd talk about sales training. Now, what happens when you discount? What happens when you discount? And so one of the things that when I work with people and they're struggling, I'll talk to them about what process that they're doing with discounting. So I want you to think back of your last couple of calls. Did you discount to make the sale? Did you discount to make the sale? Did you discount if you didn't make the sale? Now, one of the things that you have to understand is in the sales process, discounting is going to lead to more discounting. Discounting, you know, in this call that you're in to get the sale is going to get you to set up into a pattern where the next call that you go on that you're going to decide that it's going to be easy to make the sale by discounting. Now, discounting is not necessarily a bad thing, but what happens is in the mind of the salesperson, typically, they start going down this process where it's like, okay, it's easy to discount this job, and I'm going to discount this job, and I'm going to discount this job, and it creates a challenge because one of the things that happens is right off the bat, they're sitting down with their prospect, their buyer, their client, and they're just lobbing an amount off. Look, discounting is probably one of the easiest ways to make a sale. It's really easy to go in there and say, hey, look, I got this product, this widget, this gizmo. It's normally $10,000, but if you buy today, it's $9,500. I get that, but one of the challenges is it becomes like a crack. It's an addictive thing for salespeople to do, is to keep going in and like, you know what, instead of giving you a whole entire presentation, let's just cut to the chase. And so what happens is discounting will typically lead you to taking steps out of your sales process. And the reason why that's a challenge is because in order to make the sale, then you have to discount more for the information that was left out. So it's a huge challenge that salespeople are going to face. So I want you to think back of the last couple of sales that you had. Did you discount to make the sale? And you're like, Scott, you know what? I had to discount to make the sale. Look, I get that. Sometimes that does happen. But hopefully if you're discounting, you're pulling stuff out of the product, the widget, the gizmo. If they're like, well, I want to get it done for less. Well, I could do it for less, but I'm going to have to remove some of this stuff. Okay? So that's what should be happening if that's what's going down. But a lot of times salespeople are like, but I just got to make the sale. I just got to get the money. I just got to put the money in the bank account. And look, I get that. I've been in that position in my life too, where I'm like, I've got $7 in my bank account, and if I don't make the sale, I'm going to be eating bread for a week. You know, it's definitely a challenge. Look, I've been there. I totally understand. But I want you to understand that this concept, when I ride with people and I start watching them, I start looking at their discounting plan. So do you have a discounting plan? Do you have like an automatic, like, okay, so I'm going to do 3%, 2%, 1% for a discount? Or do you just go in there flying blind? So there should be some sort of set routine that you know of things that you can give up and things that you could do to make the sale. And you know, that's really going to help you out. Okay, so discounting is going to lead to more discounting, and the reason why that's a challenge is you start taking money off the table of what you're doing, and then it becomes a pattern. This pattern is really easy to follow. This pattern creates a lot of problems for salespeople. So be careful with the discounting. I get it. Sometimes it has to happen to make the sale. I got a visitor. Dog's coming up to come see me right here. So just be careful. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. He just bumped into the camera. You can hit that also. Scott Sylvan Bell, only Scott Bell Sylvan. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.